at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that's why we don't get into questions right away for those of you who blast us week after week. Anyway, so I'd like to thank you and Melanie and I both.
What are you talking about, the fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I have pictures.
Yeah. Oh,
I sent Helen pictures.
did you send? Helen's got pictures. We'll show you some pictures for those of you watching in a minute, but
I'll send her some more.
Yeah, I'll give you just a kind of an update of what happened on Friday late in the afternoon. Our real estate agent, actually, that sold us the house 3-4 years ago, actually sent me a text, and I just kind of glanced at it, and I didn't quite catch it at first, and then I went back and read it, and I'm like, oh my God, for those of you who know, we live in the woods, on the edge of Naples, and it's very, very wooded, big, properties of like woods and farms and horse ranches and stuff like that. And
we love it.
We love it.
Helen, I just sent you some more pictures of the when it was happening. I took some pictures today after the fact.
Yeah. So we'll show you that in a minute. But I realized, oh my God, my neighborhood's on fire.
Well, I had clients that are neighbors, and actually one that's not a neighbor. I guess people were just seeing it on the news or hearing about it and knowing that we live in that area. But and then I have a client who's my next door neighbor, the house right next door, and she was calling to see what was going on because they were out of town. And then, so it was just like this craziness because I was working and, we started hearing and you could hear all the sirens and the helicopters and just on and on and on, like every few minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then, we were tracking like where it was. And then, we were like, oh my gosh, that's our street. So it was really crazy. But here, we were both trapped at work.
Right. I mean, neither one of us is close.
In a way, it's good because they got evacuated anyhow. But we didn't have like any of our computers or any like important things that you could maybe grab on your way out.
Nothing.
But thank God, we didn't have like a pet in the house or.
Thank God. A lot of people did. So there's a Facebook group for people that live in our neighborhood. And so I right away went on there and there were lots of pictures and videos and whatever. And people just panicked because it was like people like us, but who had pets at home or the people across the street from us they have that big horse ranch. And I saw that woman posting and it just happened. It was obviously a fluke thing. That turned into a 300+ acre brush fire, and in
like minutes. It was super, super windy, so it just like.
I can't remember the last time it was as windy as it was that day, Friday.
Oh yeah, it crossed over a main road, and it was just nuts.
And that's when it got out of hand. But it started a block away from us, and that's why.
Is that where it started?
Yeah, it started on.
Jung or something.
Yeah, which is like
People
2
were
blocks.
Asking me, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where I am from there.
Right. It's like there's a city block like us, and then there's Young Boulevard is like after that. But it spread so fast and with the wind, and so then my real estate agent said, "Hey, I'll go turn your sprinklers on because our house it's like when they built our house, they cleared like enough room for the house and a little strip of grass, like if you had a dog to go to the bathroom, and it's surrounded by woods, which is great until you get a forest fire. Right. Then it's not so great. Yeah. And I saw the pictures that people were posting and people just panicking who had pets. The woman across the street with all the horses just happened to be nobody was there at that time, like the ranch hands and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like,
there's always people around.
There's always people there, right? And she's like, oh my God, right? And everybody was. Well, lucky for us, it missed us by a few houses. It came up the end of the block, but didn't get as far up as we were. So thank God.
I evaluated today because it came into the 200s. The addresses into the 200s, and we're at 600.
Yeah.
So it was only like 4 lots away.
Yeah.
But our lots are 2 to 5 acres.
Right.
So, it was quite a,
right.
a distance. But
so,
I mean, if the wind would have shifted,
but far enough.
If the wind would have shifted, we would have had a real problem.
We'd have been screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was scary. My client that lives a block away, I got a hold of her because I know she's a stay-at-home mom, and she was literally driving around with her kids and dogs in the car for hours because, they evacuated everyone and had the roads blocked. Helen, did you get those other pictures I sent you?
let's see. I haven't seen these pictures at Melanie. Well, obviously I see it every day, but we actually
there's some of the fires actually burning that
Yeah.
I just sent you.
we actually they opened up the neighborhood back up about 10:30 at night, so Melanie and I were able to get
Yes.
in.
Well,
but there was
we didn't even know,
fires
like-
still burning all over.
Oh yeah, there was little camp. So
Little
you were
campfires.
you were still here in Cape Coral, and
Yeah.
I was going to come out here, and then I thought, well, I'm literally 15 minutes from the house, at work. So it was like 10:15 I left, and I thought, let me see if I can get there, if they still have the roads blocked or whatever. I don't think she's gotten the other pictures.
You didn't get the other pictures, Helen?
I don't think. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, why don't you just stay there? Let me go and assess the situation, see if I can get on the street. And so it was just like, it was like a scene from a movie. It was weird. There was flames everywhere.
Like it was a bombing.
There was,
It was
like a bombing.
crazy.
There was so much smoke. You could hardly see. It was hard to breathe.
Hard to breathe. Yeah.
And there was just fire trucks and stuff everywhere,
Yeah.
still flashing lights everywhere. So I just kept going closer
Yeah.
to my house, and then
See that
and the
picture,
street
you
was
guys
open.
there? Yeah.
And so I drove down, and but it was just there were still little campfires burning everywhere, and it was weird, all up and down the streets, and
Yeah, the Naples Fire Department, you
Street.
guys did a great job. FPL, I mean,
Yeah, we had no
stop,
power.
Helen, don't go so fast. All right.
Go
I
back
guess
to
you
the
guys didn't
original
see any
one.
of that,
Go
but
back to the original one.
yeah. Can you do that, Helen?
Yeah, that one.
And like stop. So there you can see that's like a parking lot, like at the end of our block and then a block over. Because that's like the Publix parking lot, right?
Oh,
Looking towards
okay,
looking
okay.
towards our neighborhood. So you see, I mean, it's just a ball of fire. It's just crazy. Yeah, so that's what it started out as.
Yeah, and so then we didn't have power. I went there, and I had to, get in the. Well, I didn't know if I was going to if it was safe to stay because it was so smoky. But once
And all those little fires were
and all the little
everywhere.
fires, yeah, like are they going to start up again? But I thought at least I can get in the house and get our computers and get. We didn't have any clothes or anything like that. I told Jessica I was going to come to her house and stay over and have to borrow her clothes, and we laughed because, Jess and I are a little bit different in size, and so she said, I'd be better off going to Walmart. But okay, now you can switch to
Yeah, show us the next one, Helen.
the one, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually our street.
Yeah, so that's our street, and if you could see it, if you're on a big enough screen, you can see on the other side of the street that's our street. But that used to be all like filled in brush and trees and like totally filled out. So it's weird. Like when we drive down our street at that street leading to our street at night, it's like really dark because we're out in the country. I've already missed our block. Because it doesn't look like our block anymore. It's like all the trees are gone. It's just
So now you can
sucks.
show those other two that I stopped and took pictures today,
Yeah.
and you can see all of the woods and stuff are burned, and
Helen.
you can switch to the next picture, Helen. Yeah. So, and you can see there's still smoke in the back there burning. This all happened Friday.
Is that at the end of our block there?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
at the very
yeah.
end of our block. So you can see all the trees are charred. And the crazy thing is, like, everyone's fences are melted, all the trees are burned, but the house, it's like it literally went around the houses. It seems like the houses themselves did not get burned. There was a burned car.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But this is literally today as I was leaving.
It was still burning today?
Yeah.
There were 3 or 4 houses that were lost. And it's because most of the houses in our neighborhood are block. They're concrete, but the roofs and all that, the trusses and all that are wood. So if the fire got on the roof, the house is burned. But
You can
there's only
show
like
that.
3 or 4. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. You can show that other picture, Helen.
Yeah, go
too.
ahead, Helen. Show Helen.
So you can see where it's just like see
It's soot. That's like all soot.
Yeah.
Where it used to be trees and brush.
Yeah, like you couldn't even see through it. But I heard the roosters cock-a-doodle doing.
So the roosters say, "Oh, we were."
I can't even
No,
believe
I can't
it.
believe they survived.
I don't even know how. I really, it's really
Yeah,
amazing. It's
there's
a
some
miracle.
people at the end of the block have a lot of chickens and roosters and stuff, and that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh,
Right behind here. It's like
Yeah.
literally through those trees.
yeah. So, but anyway, we
We stayed
really
in our RV
appreciate
in
that.
the driveway. We camped out.
The curl bus. That was the thing I was really the most worried about was the curl bus, is because I'm like, if anything's going to burn, it's going to be that, and we had it parked in the driveway.
So that worked out good. Instead of driving to Cape Coral and staying out
Yeah.
here, staying at someone's house, we were able to stay in our own driveway in the RV because
Yeah.
it runs on propane.
Yep. So we just turned on the generator and we had
We had a sleepover.
a sleepover and got a shower in the morning and clean clothes and anyway. So thanks again.
Stressful, though.
Fire department got to give them credit, man.
Yeah, we had power up the next
And
late
FPL, yep.
afternoon, I guess.
Yep. FPL.
Because I thought the last time they had a big fire like this, I remember that it took them like weeks to get it fully contained, like at least a week. It was
Yeah.
a really long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know about power, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so that's it.
But thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
We're fine. And all of our things are fine. Thank God.
Yeah. Thank you. So, all right. So, let's get into.
It's been
I
a
didn't
week.
get a chance to ask you. Right. Let's get into some curly hair questions. So go ahead, wherever you happen to be watching the live stream, give us your curly hair questions, and we'll get to them. And
Is this Ask Me Anything?
yeah, it can be an Ask Me Anything tonight. I didn't get a chance. Speaking of which, I didn't get to ask you, but I suppose while we're waiting for questions, I will. We can talk about a couple of other things in the meantime. Like I didn't get a chance to ask you, Melanie, because I haven't seen you. But so I guess I got to give you guys a little background on it. So our backyard bird feeder.
Let's talk about that later.
I wanted you to tell because I got to see it before I left the house. I wanted to know just tell me this. Did you get to see any of the?
Yes.
We'll tell you in a bit. We'll
mix it up.
We'll mix it up. Let's get into some questions and feel free, whatever group you're watching in, give us your curly hair questions. For those of you who are new or maybe don't know, Melanie is a curly hair expert, owns a curly hair salon in beautiful Naples, Florida, and has 26 years behind the chair. She is also an American board certified master hair colorist, one of only about 19 to ever be awarded the designation of American board exam evaluator for the curly hair.
No, A for ABCH.
I'm mixing
What?
them
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Right, the ABCH exam.
Wow.
So anyway, I just got them mixed up. So anyway,
really mixed up.
And if you happen to be in one of our curly hair support groups, and you're not happy that you get tagged when we have a curly hair expert here to answer your curly hair questions live, feel free to leave the group. Because it's not the spirit of the group. Spirit of the group is that we're here to help you, and if you don't want to be helped, you can leave. So,
Well, that's what the group is all about, isn't
I
it?
know, yeah.
I don't get it.
But they leave me nasty messages about they don't like being tagged when a video is going live with someone who can answer their curly hair question. So that means
So ignore it.
well, they need to just leave. I know I don't know why they don't just ignore it.
I
but-
get tagged from Dean
I don't know.
Graziosi every single day, like 5 times a day, because they're going live. They're going live.
I know. I mean, we're
Like,
trying to
who
help people,
cares?
right? And you're in a support group. Then if you don't need support, then don't be in a group.
I
Just
don't
get out.
know. This people, I just get so confused.
Don't get me started.
I don't understand.
Don't get me started.
But I mean, if you don't, so like, when Dean Graziosi's group goes live, I'm never available. So it's not like but I don't get mad and send a nasty message. I just ignore it or I close it out.
yeah, I know. That's why I'm just telling people. I'm like, hey, if
What is it? Selective outrage?
selective outrage. Yeah, that's what we did this weekend. We watched
Chris Rock.
the Chris Rock special.
It was really good.
It was really funny.
It was pretty intense, but it was good. It was funny.
I laughed like a small
good
child.
stuff.
All right. So nobody has any questions for you, and I didn't
got
have a
curly
chance
hair.
to ask for him early. What?
He's got curly hair.
He does have curly hair. Maybe he has a question. But no, he's not posting, so I haven't seen him. Yeah. Anyway. All right.
There's somebody missing tonight.
There's somebody missing tonight, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, Miss Jessica decided to give herself the day off, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
How does that work?
So-
I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm not coming tonight.
Right. So how did everything go at the salon today or this week? Have you got anything you'd like to share with us? Any do you have any before and afters, anything interesting you want to show us?
I do. It was quite a week. It was my birthday week. So, we started off good, lots of fun. Of course, we always have fun no matter what. It's never dull. I mean, I can't even remember all the goings-ons and all the shenanigans that happened, but Jessica bought me a hilarious gift, of course, and we'll talk about that. It ties in with the bird watching, but so we had I got some. These are my weekly featured clients. I was thinking about it when I was driving over here. I feel like each week I try to get something, someone that I can feature, and this week I have 2 people. So Helen, you can bring up that first picture. Oh my gosh, you're not even gonna believe this. This is this lady's natural hair color.
Really?
Yes. And she's like,
It's like a reddish orange blonde mix.
it's gorgeous. It's a natural red.
Wow.
It's copper. Yeah. And, wow. Yeah. She's starting to go a little bit white in the front and, in the root. And she's like, maybe, I don't know if I'll ever color my hair. And I thought, please don't let your hair go white because it's gorgeous. So we actually talked about hair color. Both of her parents growing up are hairstylists.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
they had to be in heaven when they saw this.
Well, they're in their 80s and they're not well. So, I'm not sure if they'll see it or, anyway, but yeah, lots of fun. She comes and goes from Naples, and it was her first time being able to, catch me while she was in town. And so she's had diva cuts, she's had Weedad cuts. So, I did my raw curls cut on her since it's a little bit different. And originally when we consulted, she wanted me to tell her what would be the best style for her, if I could do anything that I wanted, what would it be, for her face shape and with her hair type. And lucky for her, I don't take front shots very often because for, the privacy of my clients, and they typically, are more than happy to let me take shots of their hair. But lucky for her, she has a oval face shape, so she can wear any style. Now, her curl type is another thing. And she said it actually wasn't, it was like wavy when she was younger, and it's gotten tighter and tighter curls. And as you can see, it's quite tight, little spiral curls. So, and of course, she's one of those that was talking about wanting to keep the length or grow it longer. But after we discussed it, she agreed because she also was open to something different. Well, the longer you get, there's really less change that you can have. You can have, one length, a little bit of layering, some face framing. You could put a little like bang in there if you're really gonna, go for it. But ultimately, it's not that drastic or different. So we talked about it, and she allowed me to bring up the length in the back so that I could do a little bit of an inversion, keeping the length in the front so she feels like she has that length to hang on to, but, bringing it up a bit, off of her neck. She wanted to have something that's a little more edgy. Well, with curly hair, it's, again, a little bit difficult. We talked about going like real short. She could totally carry that off. It would be, really cute on her, with her face and her eyes and her, her hair. But this is where we landed, and she was comfortable with that. And then, which, looks, because she too has that fine hair. And if you can see in those top pictures, those curls, even though they're longer, they start to look stringy. So that hair.
Does that happen a lot?
A lot. Yeah. And people get attached, but it's not their best.
I don't want to
look.
lose length.
Yeah, they don't want to lose length, but it's like you don't want length that looks straggly. So, It's just not, it's not the best thing. So that's why she agreed and looks so much better. Her husband loved it. He came to pick her up and he's like, oh, I got to take her out, somewhere romantic for dinner. So we were kind of laughing and talking about that.
Show her off.
Yeah, yeah. So she does have that fine hair that can separate, and we needed to try to, if it clumps together too much, it's kind of a problem because then you see scalp. So you have to spread it out and kind of soften it, the cast a little bit extra. Without, doing too much where you break it all down and then it frizzes out. But yeah, it turned out beautiful. She loved it. I loved it. And I told her, if she was comfortable with this, we could even do a little more drastic next time where it can really take that back up and in, which would be really fun. But I didn't want to scare her, the first time I go a little conservative. So great change though. It's so fun. And I absolutely love her natural color.
Wonderful. Before you switch off of this, Helen, is there a way... well, actually, Melanie, I'll tell you this first. And Helen, listen. Our friend Greg has started watching our show on YouTube.
Greg?
Yes.
He doesn't have curly hair.
He's
Get off of our show.
He's trying to learn how we do what we do.
Oh my
so he
gosh.
can so his
You
daughter
need to
can
come
do
here.
what we
We'll
do.
have you on the show.
He will, and I think
That'll
he
be
should.
fun.
I think he should.
Yeah.
But he asked if, and I'll ask Helen this. Helen, are you able to write? Are you able to write on those pictures where you could write before and after on which one's before and which one's after? Are you able to do that?
Tell?
I said that to him. And he said, "Hey,
on.
look, I don't have this hair. I'm not into this, whatever."
Oh my
he said,
gosh. All
he
the
asked,
tops are before, all the bottoms are after.
this is what I told him.
If you can't tell that,
Just
then I haven't done my job.
right.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, all three tops are before. I like to do that. The tops are before, the bottoms are after.
Helen, are you able to write that on for our friend Greg so he knows?
With an arrow, with
With
big
an
bold
arrow?
letters.
Can you do that?
Good Lord.
No, not right now. In the future. Okay, I'll give you a week.
You have 1 week.
We'll see what happens
Figure it
next
out.
week. He better be watching. I'll tell him.
Oh,
He better be watching next week.
gosh.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about cars anymore, and now he's trying to be on the curly hair show, and he can't even tell the difference between the before and after. Good Lord.
I think he's trying to get his daughter to
you
do
got
some
a
of
lot
this
of
with
work
the
to do.
rodeo stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
I think. So they're trying to learn.
So can you tell the difference between a horse's head
Ass.
and ass?
I'll ask him.
The hair on the mane
I
or
hope
the
he's
tail?
watching tonight. Right. Mane and tail. Oh, man. Here's a fun fact. Do you guys remember the party hat cat I got for
going.
my birthday, the beginning of February? It's still alive.
It's got 9 lives. It's going to be here forever.
I know it. And you know what? It's no matter where I am in this room,
Does it show up?
it's looking at me.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Does
if I
it
go
do
like
its
this,
eyes
staring
move?
at- It seems like they do.
It's going to be a biter, like Chris Rock talked about his daughter.
daughter's a
that
biter.
was funny. I like it because he was talking about kids being innocent and
Right. My kid's a biter.
yeah, and he's like the only people that don't have kids, say that kind of stuff because, kids are evil. They kind of are. They're born evil. I think his one of
He's
his,
right.
His daughter's a bad. He's
right.
like they're the most racist and hateful and mean, and they pick on everybody. Yeah, it's kind of
Selfish.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I think it's the other way around. They're born
Yeah.
little demons, and then
You
you got to
gotta train 'em.
Yeah.
This coming from the people with no kids. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Anyway, so yeah, there's one of your fun facts for the day. The cat's still alive.
Nice.
I love cats.
And I didn't send a picture. Somebody asked about Cooper, the dog that I had found. He, found his family got him, and they live on our street. They're actually at the beginning of that block where the fires
Where
were
the fire
burning.
was. So they lost.
And I saw that man. He was walking. That was the guy walking with the flashlight, and he's like, "I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody." When I pulled onto our street, that was him.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for Cooper again. Ugh, they need to keep that dog. I don't know. Anyway, it upset me, but I saw him. I have a picture of that. I got a picture of him and Cooper walking down the street the next day.
Like Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Saturday morning. I was on my way to work and somebody was behind me. I was trying to take pictures while I'm driving. Not a good idea. But
So he's alive and well.
yeah,
And
he
back
was,
home.
and he was happy. He was
Oh,
still
good for him.
smiling, wagging his tail, walking down the street. So yeah, we know where he is.
I actually have a fun question, and you guys won't appreciate this as much, but if you have a curly hair question, feel free to get it in tonight in any of the places we're streaming, and we'll get to as many as we can. But there's a question here. Are you guys going to? You're going to love this because we were just
Minnesota.
Cindy. No. Cindy Addison. We were just talking about this in our house. So, are you guys going to make a full-size bottle of the ginger lime green tea body butter?
No.
We were just talking about this. Here's something you don't know, Melanie, that relates to this. That's kind of funny. It's funny, but it's not. Some of you will get this. I just happened to tonight, maybe an hour before the show started, happened to go. Yeah, for those of you who know, we have 2 fulfillment centers now, and we're trying to combine them, the bad one into the good one. Though, if you know, you know. Anyway, we're getting there. The good one's really good. The bad one's really bad. That's what anyway, if you know, you know. But I just checked the reports about an hour before, inventory reports, and we just sold out of your pomegranate body butter.
Ah, I need some.
We just sold all of it.
I need that and muscle rub.
So you know what I have muscle rub. So you know what time it is. If you're going to make a change.
No. No, the original is so much better.
The irony of this happening, like right now, like running out of the other one that I had threatened a couple of months ago that I'm like, I'm not making this anymore. And all of a sudden people start, it's like, you know what I should do? Every week I should like threaten to discontinue something because then the sales go through the roof.
Yeah.
But anyway, I threatened. I'm like, I'm thinking about getting rid of that because it doesn't sell fast enough. And all of a sudden, boom, like you sell it all.
Butter is fabulous.
So we're out.
Even one of my clients that never spends money on products, she buys 2 every time she comes in.
So I don't know about that ginger lime thing, but I get what I saw people talking about this in the last week or so. I get what you mean about how it's like kind of refreshing and nice in the morning and get you. I totally get that. I feel the same way.
Well, here's what I would be open to if you just want to have. See, that was one of our other formulas, and that's why that one didn't come to the market. Like the body butter that we have. So what I would be open to is having more of that whipped, like our one that we sell in a different scent. So if you have the ginger lime in that texture.
Okay. It is very refreshing.
Because that way people have options. I love the pomegranate one.
Yeah, let me play around with that.
That I would be open to.
Okay. It could do both, the pomegranate, whatever, because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I can make the base of it and then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
just use a different scent. Offer 2 scents.
Yeah, because I already got the packaging. Right. Yeah. We'll come up with something.
Right.
So anyway, it's just funny because we're talking about that. She's like, "Oh God, no!" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "People like that." She's like, "No."
They like the smell of it. The feel of it is
no, which is why it's in the vault. Yeah. And speaking of the Raw Curls Vault, if you haven't joined our Curl Club at ourcurlclub.com, I would go take a look there. Even if you haven't, if you have curly hair. We started our Curl Club a couple of months ago, and you can typically buy at up to 50% off wholesale price every single day. That's the pricing. Sometimes it's even more, a bigger discount, sometimes maybe a touch little, but it's typically 50% off or more. It's all on the homepage. Everything is on the homepage. Just go to ourcurlclub.com and just look. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just go and scan down check it out because the regular prices that like we sell on the rawhairorganics.com site, they're there. Look at that and then look at the club prices. Look at what those products are. But anyway,
they are what they are and they're different, so we don't hear complaints.
Right, we don't hear complaints, but that's where we're putting a lot of the stuff from our vault. But what I wanted to talk about was, for those of you who don't know, two brand new products never launched before it came out this past week. The Raw Curls Vault Deep Conditioner number 019. And that'll start shipping this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. I told people you could buy it on Friday, Saturday, but it's not going to ship till middle of next week. And the Healthy Scalp Cleanser. Two brand new products, two pretty neat ones. And if you got those on order, you'll get them shortly. Like I said, I think they'll probably ship Wednesday, Thursday, and I think you guys are really going to like that deep conditioner. I think you're really going to like it. But anyway, you got to be in the club because the only place to get it is at ourcurlclub.com. Can't get it anywhere else.
You should have called it the Cool Curly Club, like the cool kids. Anyway, did you talk about the Healthy Scalp shampoo? Does anyone even know what it is?
Do you want me to talk about that, or you want to talk about that? What do you want?
We can talk about it.
Yeah, I thought I did. Maybe I didn't, but
I think we just mentioned it.
Yeah,
briefly.
We came out with that. That is a that's really meant for scalp issues like dry scalp, flaking scalp. What else? Like from allergies. When you get patches, stuff like that. What else?
Well, it's funguses.
Yeah.
Like when people get candida, yeast, things like that, that would cause scalp irritation or itchiness or dryness because it has a structured silver in it, which is a brand new technology, never been used before in a shampoo. So
yeah, it's not like your colloidal silver. This is the stuff that Dr. Gordon Pedersen created.
But people are familiar with that term, so it's similar but just better. It's more, which means it's more stable, structured. And it doesn't build up in your system. It's not something that you have to be afraid of. We take it internally every day.
Yep.
It's not something that's going to build up on your organs or, be problematic, like, seeping through your skin, whatever. It's very healing. They use it for burns, for cuts, for viruses, funguses, like I say, yeast infections. So people, that don't wash their hair a lot, you can get certain, or their hair is like super thick and it doesn't dry all the way to the scalp. I've seen that on clients. And so, you can have some issues from that because it's always staying wet. Or damp. And so, this would be a good product to use periodically. I don't feel that it would be something that you're going to use all the time, every, washing. Use as needed for issues. And then like Ken had mentioned before, right now the base that we have in there is a little bit lighter, the shampoo. So you're going to want it, meaning it's going to be more like deep cleaning. And so you're going to want to use heavier, stronger conditioning, like a treatment or a mask or,
or the 007.
Yeah, something like that.
For sure. Yeah. That's what I've been telling people is that it's important that you do that. When you're going to use that. Let me. I'm just going to give you an idea of right now, if this is something that that you think would be beneficial to you or what you have going on. I'm going to clue you in on something you're going to get a real kick out of it. No, I'm looking for it on the here the Healthy Scalp Cleanser. Okay. It is typically the normal retail price on that would be $68 for a 16-ounce bottle. You can buy it at ourcurlclub.com right now. $20 for a 16-ounce bottle.
It would be $68.
$68
for a 16-ounce bottle.
For a 16-ounce bottle. It's expensive. It's an expensive blend. See, that those of you who've been around, we talked about why we started our Curl Club to begin with, and why we started the Raw Curls Vault, because we had stuff that we didn't bring to market for, that were great formulations for lots of reasons. Would you like to guess why we didn't bring this one to market? Maybe because nobody'd buy it because it's too expensive.
Wow.
Maybe. Doesn't mean it's not great, But anyway, so check that out. If you've got questions, again, we're taking your questions live tonight. And if you've got curly hair questions, feel free to post them in the stream, and we will answer your questions live. Do you got anything else neat you want to talk about?
Yep. I had another set of hair pictures.
Helen, would you like to show us? What?
Right. Okay. Well, we can talk about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
Yeah. That's a song.
I know.
Well, let's throw a question at Melanie right away. Melanie, does the raw curls cut involve the removal of too much thick hair / bulk as the Weedad cut does? Is that the idea? To
Well,
remove bulk?
it depends. It depends on what your hair needs. So that's the beauty of the raw curls cut. I can customize it to what your individual needs are. And like each time you come in, you might not have the same needs. So, one time, like let's say the first time you come in and it looks like it went through, Helen, but I'll send it to you again. Your hair may need some, or certain people's hair curl might need some bulk removed. So I can customize that. And then maybe the next time you need some more lift, or you don't, need necessarily the same bulk removed. Or sometimes people like have really fine hair, and I don't like the woman with the red hair. There was areas where I needed to do some sculpting, but I didn't. Well, definitely in the front and the top area, it was on the sides where it was really, really fine. I wasn't going to take any hair out there. So that's where the expertise comes in. You have to, even when people learn a system, you have to be able to use it and adapt to your client's situation and their hair. And I find this mistake a lot, where people just learn something, a system or a technique of cutting, and they go back and they just do the same thing on everybody no matter what. And it's like that, that's bad. You can't do that. Because I had actually one of my employees that would do that all the time, and I had to address it because you can't do the same thing on everybody every time. You have to be able to think and to assess and customize. So and that's exactly what the raw curl system can do for every kind of hair type, for every kind of style, every kind of curl, each time. So one of my clients a while ago, somebody asked her what it was like, with me doing their hair, and she associated me like being a chef, where I bring out my tools and then I do what I use what I need to use. I do what I need to do to make your curls look amazing. And that's exactly right. So I don't, do the same thing every time. I look at the hair. What does it need? What are we trying to achieve? And that's what you can do. But you can use this system, the raw curl system, for everything.
Yeah. I noticed that, if you remember, Melanie, I know we've talked about this many times, in the past, but I noticed that with the Rizos cut is that
they all look the same.
They all look the same.
I think that's their deal. It's just like one style. I think that's their system. I believe when I've read about it. I don't know. And I'm not knocking them.
No. I'm just saying it as
that's their thing, and that's great. But yeah, I agree. Like I think that's their technique. I believe it's like that's how they're associated.
Yeah, because it's not that they look. It's not that they look bad.
No,
it's just that everyone, that's what I mean. It's they all look identical. Like
they all have the layers.
You could pick them out of a lineup.
Yeah,
like if you put one of their pictures in a lineup of 6 other, you'd know which one was theirs.
But I really, I was supposed to go to a class in California, and then because of COVID that got canceled. And I would like to, because I would like to learn more about it, to find out, because I mean, can it be used to do different styles? I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it seems like everything we see, so that would be important to know, because to me, I personally wouldn't get that haircut because I don't want that style, and I want bangs, and I want, so
parted to one side kind of thing.
Yeah. So, there must be a way that you can take it and customize it.
For some people, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more for certain hair types or curl types.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. So.
If somebody is, educated on that, we can take their advice.
Yeah, yeah. And for those of you who are licensed professional hairstylists, we do have some spots available for the next Raw Curls Academy, the Curl Institute training, the 2-day hands-on curly hair mastery workshop that Melanie Nichols here is teaching in Canada, in Kitchener, Canada, Ontario, I think that is. Kitchener.
Kitchener.
Is it?
Why are you saying it so weird?
Because look at the way it's spelled.
Kitchener.
If you look at, all right, bless you. If you look at the way it's spelled, that's what it looks like. Anyway, it's coming up next month at the end of April. So if you're interested, go to rawcurls.com/academy and you can see what's involved and you can sign up. And
yeah, and
world needs more curly hair stylists.
One of the reasons why my system is so popular, because of the reasons I just said, and this is a big and. People might not want to hear it, but a lot of the public does, because they're attracted to the system because they have the option of wearing it straight. People want, I know, but people want variety. They want, that sometimes they just, here in Florida, especially, like those few cooler days that we have. I mean, women, if they just kind of get excited about wearing their hair straight sometimes. Not me. I'm not one of them. I never want to have my hair straight. But, some people want options. And so why not? And the Raw Curls Cut system does work curly or straight. So that's another added bonus.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact. On Friday, I threw away a flat iron.
Whose flat iron?
Fun fact.
Where?
Somebody left it. I found a box
at the house
in the garage. Yeah, somebody left it. Wasn't one of ours.
I had a flat iron here.
No, it wasn't one of ours.
I had a flat iron there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, it was with a bunch of garbage.
Was it pink?
Yes, or red, one or the other.
That was a flat iron I had for the renters.
Okay.
I wasn't going to use it. So I thought, they might be excited about a flat iron.
And now we don't have anybody renting. So
where I put all my extra stuff.
Right. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Show us the next one, Melanie. Tell us about this. Is this somebody you did this week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! Where do you guys see these pictures?
Yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
I know. Like
is this another one of these that ends with her saying, "I didn't even know I had curls"?
Yeah. The first time she came to me, she did. She just was blown away, of course, because look at the difference. So, and she had tried, I don't know, she was going somewhere. I don't know if it was up north or down here, whatever. And obviously she wasn't happy. And so, she was back in my chair and there you go. There's the difference. So, I mean, I don't have to say anything. I mean, like it sells itself. Yeah. Her curls are fabulous. They're just so beautiful. Yeah, I love those kind of curls. So there you go. The Raw Curls Cutting products. That's what you can get.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. Love it.
Okay. So we have a suggestion. And the suggestion is
to put before and after.
I think the shave cream in a pump bottle for ladies would be amazing.
The shave cream in a pump bottle for ladies, really?
Yeah, and I haven't been selling that lately. I've been hoarding it. And the reason I've been hoarding it is I had to create some new labels for it. And because of the size of them.
The cream or the oil?
The cream.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's thick and it's hard to, I don't know. I'll think about that. I see. I use a shave brush, so I like it in the big 8-ounce container that I got because I just. I
mean, people like different things, but honestly, I just use my body wash, or you can use the Raw Curls cleanser, and it's a great shave gel for women for your legs.
Anyway, I'll keep that in mind. That's an interesting point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? I love when people give ideas because sometimes we create things for a certain purpose and then don't really think beyond that. I shouldn't say outside of the box.
For sure,
we're definitely innovative, but and I always tell my clients that. So for those bashers, it's not, it's not true. Like I give suggestions and, this is, how instructions, how I use these products. But feel free, to use them, in your own way. Sometimes somebody comes back to me and says, I'm using, like, one of my employees started using the mousse to refresh her curls. She's a type 3, C4A. I'm not refreshing someone's curls. So, that was a discovery by her. What a great suggestion. She loved it because it's real moisturizing, and the oil, she just used so much oil. She had so much hair. So now, that's something that I can suggest to people. So, sometimes it's, people have great, different ideas of ways to use our products. And I like that. If it's not working and it causes a problem, well, then, you got to go back to, the instructions or the steps that we use, and follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or, I like to keep an open mind.
So, Melanie, would you like to give everyone an update about your about the ongoing bird feeder?
This is getting expensive.
The bird feeder fiasco going on in our yard for the last 6 months.
Oh my gosh. So
there's more.
The squirrels were bad, then the raccoons came and they were really bad. And so
they wrecked everything.
They tore the whole place apart and we had to take it down and get a new. So anyway, it's been a thing. And, so now this whole bird watching thing has become like, I don't know, it's funny.
It's funny. It's really fun to watch.
It's funny. But so this weekend, we ordered a new thing. You can see that little, what would you call that? That little cover.
It's like a deflector. If you're, I'll describe it if you're listening on the podcast. So picture a bird feeder up on a pole, right? And if you didn't want something to climb up the pole, or you didn't want something to jump from a tree and try to get onto the bird feeder, you could put like one of those, those cones you put around a dog's head when it gets surgery. Mm-hmm. Picture that upside down.
Yeah.
So if they jump on it, it just flips up and they go flying off.
Or if they climb the pole,
they can't get past it.
Yeah, their head hits it and they can't get past it.
So we ordered that.
Yes, we ordered that. And then we had to go and get a new pole because they busted the pole.
Because the raccoons broke it.
Right.
A metal pole.
Yeah.
How? I don't know.
Crazy.
Welds and everything. I don't know.
Because there was multiple ones crawling on there. They're little. So then, we went to a Tractor Supply store this weekend to get a new pole, and $114 later.
They knew we were coming.
Oh my gosh.
They have a whole section.
We went for one thing.
One thing.
We got another pole. You can see that. Well, it's with the little red thing hanging on it. So I saw
to the left. Yeah.
I got a cute little hummingbird feeder. That's the red thing.
Because we have hummingbirds.
Oh,
yeah, we do. I saw them in the front yard.
You did?
That's why I asked about, do you want to put that in the front yard? Because that's where I saw them.
Oh,
I saw them almost fly into the door. That's how I saw them.
There were so many birds out there today, and they were hopping around by the doors, actually, the sliders. And Corky came to visit me, and that's the red cardinal. And she came up on the porch and came over. She was sitting on the chair. She was trying to look in the window. I was like, Mom, because I feel like that's my mom visiting. And she was telling me she was sorry for missing my birthday because she wasn't here. She wasn't there all week because we didn't have any birdhouse and any food. God knows she didn't want just a bath.
God knows. If you know, you know.
So yeah, we bought all that. Now we got this little like bird playground going on. They can, play and feed and bathe.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they were all out there today. The squirrels were like chasing each other like mad. There was I feel like the cardinals are like Murphy because they're kind of sassy and they kind of are dominant. They chase everybody away. And then the woodpeckers. Sorry, the woodpeckers.
Yeah.
The woodpeckers are like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they chase the blue jays away.
They even chase the blue jays away. Then there's the little, the tiny little ones that are kind of cute and they just hop around. And
they just wait.
I feel like that's Maisie because she was so tiny and cute. And then there's some little chubby ones, and I feel like I don't know what kind. Jessica bought me some coasters. I'll have to learn my birds, but
you can't say those words on here, or we'll get a strike. So you can't. So you can't really tell anybody about what you can't. Right? You can't.
Okay.
I'm serious. You can't.
We have lots of woodpeckers.
Yeah, because we'll get a strike.
Okay, so we'll keep it clean. Just know it's funny, but there's all the different bird types, and it's hilarious. But so then there's the little round ones, and I think that's Miley because they're just round and snuggly
Pudgy.
and pudgy. And yeah. So all of my girls and my mother are back and visiting, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. So that's it. Anyway, so that's what's going on.
Yeah, it's getting expensive. Oh, then I bought a dispenser, like a thing to store the bird seed in, and you to pour it in the house without spilling it everywhere. It's like, yeah. And I bought a little tractor thing with a planter because I have little seeds from my mom's memorial, and I thought that would be cute in there. So, yeah, we're becoming like outdoorsy gardeners or something. And bird
Kinda,
people.
yeah.
Any more curly questions?
Nope, that's pretty much it. Not seeing anything. So, no, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. No, I'm doing one last check. So, no, that's pretty much it. All right. Then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up for this week. And again,
My gosh, who knows what'll happen this
I'm telling you, it's so, yeah, thanks a lot. There's a lot going on around here. And, yeah, we appreciate you guys coming. We appreciate
Thank you for
guys.
all your birthday wishes too.
Yeah, so we got
I don't
birthday
know
wishes.
that I got to respond to everybody. I'm sorry. We had
You
so
had
much happening.
hundreds. Hundreds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
That makes me feel special and loved. And we had.
Does that make you feel more special than the cheesecake we had on your birthday
Oh my
night?
God! I was going to talk about the cheesecake. I almost forgot. There was so much that went on this week. It was crazy. Yeah, I was all excited. I wanted to go out for dessert. If anyone knows me, I've always been a dessert person. Like I'd rather have that than the meal. And well, that's exactly what happened. We decided I wanted to have like a fabulous dessert, and it was hard to find a place, especially here in Naples, and it's so crowded. Anyway, so we ended up at the Cheesecake Factory, and they have amazing choices of cheesecake and desserts. And I figured we have not been to a Cheesecake Factory since we moved here, so it's been over 20 years. Weird, but the bad news is they put the calories on the front of the cakes, like in the display. What a horrible marketing concept. Like,
It's literally how I decided what to get.
oh my gosh, we were free. I'm like 1,300 calories in one.
It wasn't what I wanted. I didn't get what I wanted.
Well, there was not. I mean, it was between the plain, boring looking,
With
sad,
860,
little pathetic, with 860 up to
or
1,700.
1770.
Most of them were 13 something.
I wanted the 1700 one.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't get it.
I mean, that's insane. Don't tell us. We don't want to know. Like,
Right.
It kind of.
If I wouldn't have known,
me.
it did. If I wouldn't have known, I would have got the one I wanted.
I kind of felt sick eating it. I was like, ugh, I should just.
Well, I didn't even finish my piece. I took it home. Remember? I'm like, I had enough.
Yeah, like they should offer just little bite size.
Yeah.
That's only 200 calories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So it kind of like, don't do that. Oh my gosh. Nobody wants to know how many calories are in a slice of cheesecake. It's terrible.
Right.
No,
So,
it tasted
thanks.
good. It was fun, but
Yep.
I'll be working. That's why I was running around the block through the fires and
Right.
working out extra, and now I'll be starving myself to make up for it. No.
Right. No, you won't. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Again, same time, same place. Thanks for joining us. And
Have a great curly week, and thank you again.
bye.